He is the master rep. This is the man to go to if you need any advice. I mean, obviously Scott is absolutely amazing. Scott does help us immensely with our team. But if I'm not mistaken, did you not help launch this company, Todd?
I joined the company a couple months after I got started, so I've been here since pretty much the inception.
Okay, let you take the floor completely and tell everybody how fantastic this opportunity really is.
All right, I will do that, and happy to be here, by the way. Greetings from San Diego, California. We normally say sunny Southern California, but we are having an anomaly in California. It has rained 2 days in a row. I mean, it hasn't rained 2 days in the last 9 months. We've had 2 days in a row of rain. So I know for those of you in the UK, you probably find that hard to believe, but it's pretty dry in California. But I am excited to be here with you guys tonight. As Samantha mentioned, we got something pretty incredible happening. As a company, we are growing all over the world. We're growing in France, we're growing in Belgium, we're booming in Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, the UK. I know Scott's got a team from Russia about to come on board. So, I mean, there's a lot of great activity, the Philippines, Canada, you name it. So there's really no region of the world we haven't gone to where we have not had a lot of excitement, a lot of success. And so for those of you that are joining us tonight, perhaps for the first time, I want to give you guys kind of a good sense as to, who we are as a company, where we're going, why we're having this kind of growth, why we're, creating this kind of excitement, and more importantly, why you might want to participate. And of course, this is our launch of the UK. And so I always point out that anytime you can be part of the genesis of anything, I mean, that's where the big money is, right? I mean, there's money in anything, but I mean, the earlier you get involved with something, the greater the likelihood that you're going to benefit from that launch, because you're greater the likelihood that all of the growth that ensues is going to be below you. So congratulate each and every single one of you for not only being the beginning of our program, but being the beginning of your entire country. One sure way to get to the top is start there. And so we're going to kind of take you guys through some info. For my wife Gina and I, this has truly been an unbelievable, got to pinch ourselves kind of an experience. I mean, we literally told a few who told a few who told a few, and I only knew one person outside of the United States when we got started, and that was Miss Renita Lowry out of Canada. But was to see our team just grow all over the world and all the different languages, and what's going on in Latin America right now. It's just it's humbling, it's incredible, and this exact same thing can happen to any one of you. So we will kind of jump into this. I have known the owner, the CEO and founder of this company now for 20 years. I met Mr. David Hart back in 1998, and he was a seven-figure earner at a company where I was at. A company that set some incredible records. Mr. Hart went on to other direct selling companies and set records everywhere he went. He's been an entrepreneur his whole life, never had a job. And in fact, he got voted Entrepreneur of the Year. He was the runner-up, Inc. magazine, when he was only 24 years of age. And that's kind of important because you can find people in our kind of an industry that are good, and you can find people who are good at running companies, but they don't know anything about network marketing. But if you can get both sides of that equation, somebody who's good at running a company, knows how to turn a profit and manage the employees and do all the things you got to do, and and stay in business for a long time, and at the same time understand our space and the kind of things that all of us are looking for. Residual income, money that comes in month after month after month. So I think you're going to find that we have a lot of incredible things here. Again, this is the launch of the UK. And of course, our company, we are in the travel space. This happens to be the single largest industry in the world. If you go out and ask 100 people today, if you had all the time and all the money in the world, what would you do? And I encourage all of you to kind of do that yourself. I mean, go out and tomorrow, just kind of do your own survey. Ask 10 people, hey, if you had all the time, all the money in the world, what would you do? And you'd be surprised at how many are like, oh, travel. I mean, travel is the number one search word on the entire internet, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 9 and 5. I mean, people might be at work, but they're thinking, Tahiti, Bora Bora, Jamaica, whatever, destinations people like to go to. Just walk around any office and you can see the screensavers. And when you look at people's screensavers, I mean, that's called a clue. I mean, you see the beach scenes, the ocean scenes, maybe they're snow skiing, but it's always something travel related, fun related, family related. This is the stuff of dreams. And we're going to show people how they can travel literally for pennies on the dollar. And so anytime you can show people how to do the one thing that they really want to do, I mean, the thing that's just near and dear to their heart, I mean, something that's a dream, it's a passion. Again, ask people, hey, do you like to travel? And they'll say, oh my gosh, we love to travel. They use the L word, they'll use the love word, right? And so when you can show people how to do that for, how about $25 per day cruise? So when you can show people how to do that for pennies on the dollar, again, that's obviously going to invoke a lot of excitement. And so we have that here where you can show people how to travel for pennies on the dollar. We have all-inclusive resorts, by the way. I know I'm giving these numbers in U.S. money, and you guys have the pound. I apologize for that, but you know, you can probably get the idea that these are unbelievable prices, right? So $25 per day cruise, that's $25 per day U.S. That's $63 per day all-inclusive resorts. I mean, that includes all the food, all of the drinks, whether it be alcohol or otherwise. That your resort. I mean, you're at one of the nicest resorts on the entire planet for less money than what it costs to go to a Motel 6. And I don't know if you guys have Motel 6 over there, but it's just kind of a basic, pull up, you got a bed and a shower, and that's about it. And so for the same money, you can actually go, and the food's included, the drinks are included, and you're at one of the nicest places on the entire planet. By the way, we also happen to have fam trips, so I'm going to be talking about those to other destinations. And when you come on board with our company, you actually get a free vacation day one. I mean, so right out of the gate, you're going to tap into a free vacation. For you guys, you can go to Thailand, Bali, or Spain. And these are absolutely incredible vacations. I had a buddy, Al Holmes. He just got back from Thailand. And we have video of this, so I can send you a video if you want to see it. But I mean, he had a private swimming pool, full kitchen, full living room, go up the stairs to the bedroom, full-size bedroom, with a king-size bed, had a balcony overlooking the mountains of Thailand, and then his private swimming pool. I mean, absolutely incredible, breathtaking kind of place. And again, you can go for free. Of course, you got to pay the transportation to get there, but I mean, the accommodations are included. I mean, that's free. And so you guys can tap into that. And I want to encourage you to do that. For those of you that are with us or about to get with us, I mean, hey, book that free vacation, go have that incredible experience, get it up on your social media, and that alone will launch your business in a big, big, big way. By the way, again, going back to travel being the single largest industry on the planet, when you look at, if you read books on wealth, if you read books on success, there are several kind of secrets to wealth, if you will. And one of the secrets is find a big industry. They say that your chance of making a lot of money, achieving your financial dreams or goals will happen in direct proportion to the size of the industry that you're in. So if you're in a real small, narrow, niche kind of an industry, it's tougher. It's not that you can't make a lot of money, but it's a lot harder. It's a lot tougher to do. And the bigger the industry gets, the easier it is to make a lot of money. Well, when you look at travel, I mean, it's the single largest industry on the planet. In fact, you could take the number 2 industry in the world, combine it with number 3, combine that yet again with number 4. And 2, 3, and 4 combined do not add up to the size of the travel space. Well, further, you want to find an industry that's not a fad. It's easy to find something that's hot today and it's not tomorrow. And so that's fun for a moment. It gives you a nice little, sugar high or caffeine high, but it fades away. And so ideally, if you're going to build something, you want to build something that's going to last. And when you look at travel, I mean, people were traveling at the time of Abraham. I mean, the first cruise ship ever was, Noah's Ark. They were traveling at the time of Christopher Columbus, and they'll be traveling long after we're all gone. So travel always has been, always will be. Well, finally, one more secret to wealth is you want to find an industry that's growing at the rate you want to grow. And so when you look at travel, it's not only the biggest industry in the world, but it's expected to go to 15 trillion in the next 10 to 15 years. Expected to double. I mean, they are building more cruise ships, more golf courses, more resorts, more everything. Tons of demographics that are driving that issue. But travel is not only the biggest, it's just booming. So you can't do any better than travel. In fact, if you look at a list of the top 10 internet companies in the world, I mean, these are the bigs of the bigs. You got Amazon and Google and Facebook and Alibaba. You'll see on that list, not one of them, but 2 of them are travel companies. And it was Warren Buffett, the third richest man, on the planet, who said that unless you learn how to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. And so we want to show you guys how you can get involved in the travel space, how you guys can travel for pennies on the dollar, how you can book travel for others and make money. how you can show others how to get involved in this industry, how they can travel for pennies on the dollar, and you can override, obviously, the club memberships and all the kind of things that happen from that. So, pretty simple, pretty lucrative. We have a very simple referral program where if somebody wants to book travel, you really just got to kind of refer the sale. They do the work, and you get to share in 60% of the commission. And this is kind of a similar model to Uber. If you look at Uber, Uber has gone out and obviously revolutionized the transportation industry. And in the United States alone, I don't have the numbers for the UK, I apologize, but I know it's big over there too. But in the US alone, there are now 2 million people who drive Uber, 2 million people who use their own car to make some extra money. Now, that does not include Lyft and all the other kind of companies that are doing something similar. That's just Uber all by itself. 2 million people using their own car to try to make some extra money, which kind of makes sense when you understand the era that we're living in. A lot of times eras are defined by the economy of the time. At one point, we called it the Industrial Revolution because we were making steel and cars and things of that nature. And then we called it the Information Age, computers and internet. Well, economists are now calling this the gig economy. It seems like today, everywhere you look, people are looking for that kind of side hustle. They're looking for that side project they can do. And you kind of see a lot of the big companies that all of us talk about every day. They're all examples of showing people how to make some extra money. Obviously, we talked about Uber, we talk about Lyft, but even Airbnb is a chance to rent out a spare bedroom or rent out a room above the garage to bring in some extra money. If you think about eBay, it's just people on there kind of small-time entrepreneurs. Most of them have a job somewhere, just a little side thing, trying to make some extra money. Even Amazon, over 50% of the sales in Amazon come from small-time, independent, third-party sellers. People just like all of us, want to bring in some extra money for our families, do a little bit better. I could go on and on and on with the examples. By the way, the YouTube would be one more. There's over 5 billion YouTube videos watched every single day. I mean, who creates all those videos? We do. And why do we put those videos on YouTube? Well, I hope it goes viral and I get some ad revenue and all that kind of stuff. Again, it's really just a platform that's there to help people make money. And if you juxtapose our opportunity of booking travel to driving Uber, it's not even close. If you're driving Uber, you're picking up strangers in your car and you're running your car into the ground and you're out there with the honking horns and all the traffic and sucking on the tailpipe of the car in front of you. You just can't even come close to making the kind of money driving Uber that you can't have in your own travel site. And so, with us, it's way more lucrative. It's way more easy. It's way more sexy. It's way more fun. It's way more all those things, right? And so we want to go out and put a couple of million people in the travel space and dominate this space, just one family at a time. Because understand that when it comes to booking travel, every single person every single person you bump into, they're all going to book travel this year, every one of them. And every one of them would happily give you the business if they knew they could get the same price or better. And I can prove that. If you guys were going to take a trip tomorrow, you would do what everybody else does. You would go out to the various sites, Orbitz, Travelocity, Trivago, Expedia, whoever you normally go to, and you're going to start doing some price comparing. And then you suddenly remember, oh, that's right, my mom's in the travel business. So you decide to go to mom's site and see what she's got. And sure enough, mom's got the exact same trip on the exact same day at the exact same price. Now, here's my question. Who are you giving the business to? And you're like, what, are you kidding me? It's not even close. It's not even a contest. My mom. Even if mom were a little bit more money, you would still give the business to mom because she's mom. So 100 out of 100, mom's going to win that deal. Hey, what if it was your dad? 99 out of 100, right? What if it was your brother, your sister, your best friend, somebody from church, somebody you work with, someone you just shared an Uber car ride with? Again, human nature, I'd rather someone at least I've met, someone I know, get those commissions than someone I've never met. And you've never met anybody at Expedia. And so we're going to go out one family at a time and show them how they can get their own site. And by the way, how just a half a dozen bookings, can literally make them $8,000 to $9,000. Travel is very lucrative. This is only 5 examples I have here on the screen. Those particular examples, by the way, are at 70% commission. The referral program is at 60. But you get the idea. It's, again, a half a dozen bookings, $8,000 to $9,000. What if you got a dozen bookings? What if you got 2 dozen bookings or 3 dozen bookings? And that's just book and travel. That doesn't even include the fact that we let you share this with others, and you can build a team that spans the world and begin to override all the sales and all the activities happening from them as well. So an incredible industry to be involved. We're going to train you every single step of the way. You have to have an experience the day you get started. We have 10 hours worth of training you can go through. And there's some big time perks for being in the travel business. Number one is you get to now travel like a travel agent. And so there's all kinds of trips that are exclusive to travel agents. These are known as familiarization trips, or FAM trips for short. And we talked about these a couple of moments ago. This is the $25 per day cruise. This is being able to go to the all-inclusive resort for $63 per day. There was a trip recently that my wife and I were looking at to China. This was a 10-day trip to China. It included airfare. It included 5-star accommodations. It included food. It included ground transportation. It included a guide that would take you from Beijing to the Great Wall of China to here to there to everywhere, right? So 10 days, everything included, $999 US. Now, again, I know you guys have to kind of convert to the pound, but I can tell you that in the United States, you cannot go to a cheap motel and eat at the Burger King next door for 10 days for $9.99. But you can go to, China and Thailand and African safaris and see the pyramids of Egypt and Rome and river cruises. I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds of these kinds of trips you can choose from right this very moment, new ones every day. So again, showing people how they can travel like a travel agent. That's a daggone big deal. And we have our vacation club, by the way, which is pretty big. The number one dream in the world is to go out and see the world. And the only reason most people don't is they don't have the money. And so we put together the coolest vacation program on the planet, one that can show anybody, anywhere, on any budget, how to have a dream vacation every single year. And with our company, every dollar you spend is going to earn you a point at the end of the year towards some kind of a dreamcation. And so if you joined our company today, and you joined for $129 US, you actually get $129 that you get to apply toward a vacation 12 months from now. And you guys are about to find out that our vacation platform, our Dreamcation platform, is about to expand tenfold. We have resorts and places you guys can go all over the world, and you guys can apply these points. And we also have a huge announcement coming up with these points. So, I mean, there's as good as it sounds, it's about to get a whole lot better. And I'm like just dying to go there right now, but I'm going to restrain here. So anyway, when I talk about having this vacation, here's some examples of those vacations. If you look over here on the far left-hand corner, that is in Cabo, Mexico. Cabo is one of the nicest resorts in the world. This happens to be a Pueblo Bonito. And this place normally goes for about $200 and some odd dollars a night to be there. And so you can be with our company, and 12 months from now, exchange your points, and you can go stay at one of the nicest resorts on the entire planet for $249 for 8 days. I mean, so what most people are going to pay per night to be there, you're going to pay that one time, and you're going to be there for 8 days because of our vacation program. You can go to Colorado for $99, and as I just mentioned, we're about to make the announcement where our platform is about to have hundreds and hundreds of different places you can go all over the world and exchange your points for. And so that's something we have coming that's probably going to happen, could even happen this upcoming Monday if you guys tune into our corporate update call. I know that call probably takes place in the middle of the night for you guys, but if you tune in on Tuesday and can check out the recording, I think this upcoming Monday it might get announced, but it's not this Monday, that it might be the next. But I mean, we are on the very cusp of making that announcement. So again, exciting times. As good as our program has been, as much growth as we've had, the company continues to make it better all the time. I can say exactly 1 year ago, we didn't have this program I'm describing. Where every dollar you spend earns you, points toward a vacation. 1 year ago, we didn't have a free vacation the day you get started. 1 year ago, we didn't have access to $25 per day cruises or go to China for 10 days for $9.99. 1 year ago, we didn't have a number of things that we're discussing here today. And so the company not only is it growing incredible, but they keep making it better all the time. And you guys are about to get some unbelievable announcements. I mean, literally your jaw is going to drop open like, wow, that's really huge. So again, exciting times to be with our company. Big time things are happening. Hey, to get started, as I mentioned earlier, it's $129 one time. Again, that's US. I'm Not quite sure how to convert that to pound, but it's we're one of the more affordable programs in the entire world in the direct selling industry. I mean, I don't know hardly any program that's less money than us to get started. And so you get started for $129 with our gold package, titanium package. Some people go for our platinum package, which is $249. That's our big pack. There are a lot of companies in the U.S. you can't even get started for less than $500. I mean, and our big pack is half that price. Our small pack is 1/5 that price. So again, we're very, very affordable. For your $129, by the way, that includes everything. I mean, that includes your replicated websites. That's going to include your training. That includes your free vacation, by the way. You can go again to Thailand, Spain, or Bali. Bali is a brand new location we just added. And you can literally, go out there and begin to launch your business just by taking your vacation. I'm telling you, if you go to Thailand, where my buddy Al Holmes went, and you got the private swimming pool, full kitchen, full living room, you go up the stairs, your huge bedroom up there, balcony overlooking the mountains and your private swimming pool, and you're putting all that up on your social media, your Facebook or Instagram or whatever you guys use, right? And you're like, hey, we're on our free vacation. I mean, trust me, people are going to ask. A free vacation, whoa, free vacation? How'd you get a free vacation? And better yet, how do I get one of those? I mean, hook a brother up. And so very, very simple to go out there and share our company with our company. When you get 3, the entire program now is better than free because when you get 3, you're earning as much as you're spending. So when you get 3, I'm now making as much as I'm spending, but I still have the free vacations and all the benefits, and I can make money, book and travel. So I always say when you get 3, it's actually better than free because I not only am I break even, but I still have all the benefits and all the other kind of perks we've talked about so far. And so again, you can get your 3 by going on for your free vacation. Well, then, your 3 go on their free vacation, and then their 3 go on their free vacation. And, your team is going to begin to grow, and we're going to pay you on all of that activity with our 10X competition program. Now, we call this 10X because we literally pay out 10 times as much as a lot of other companies in our space. And that is not my opinion. That is a fact. The great thing about numbers is numbers don't lie. If I have a certain size team over here, I make X. Same size team over here, I make Y. And the number is the number. And again, we can prove, again, that we pay out almost 10 times as much as a lot of other companies. Now, it is my opinion that you can grow faster with us than anybody else out there. But that's just my opinion. It's a fact that we pay out 10 times as much. My opinion, we're better. Now, the reason I believe that is, number one, our product. It's so easy to talk about. And sometimes, your success is dependent upon how easy is this to share? How easy is this to bring up? I could say that my wife and I were with a company one time where we were selling glutathione. And most of you are like, gluta what? I mean, exactly. I mean, that's a tough conversation. I mean, imagine, in a grocery store line saying, hey, how's your glutathione level? I mean, what the heck is that? And it's not something I think I want to talk about, but it's different with travel. I mean, you can ask anybody, hey, do you like to travel? Oh my gosh, we love to travel. Hey, next time you book, if I get you the same price or better, will you book with me? And the answer is like, sure. I mean, why not? You got a card? I mean, I'll book with you. And so very, very easy to get business. Again, half a dozen deals make you $8 to $9 grand. I mean, obviously you guys can do that easily. I mean, you can, whether you do a dozen or 2 dozen in a year, that's all based on how hard you want to go at it, right? Now, further, we have a 30-day free trial. And again, I want to emphasize it's free. And, free is free. You can't sell free. It's free. I want to hook you up and just kind of have you try this whole thing out for free, FREE, for the next 30 days and, let you kind of experience what it's like. You can actually, book hotels and rental cars and things of this nature at the travel agent rate. You get to, buy at wholesale as opposed to paying retail, right? And you get to kind of experience that. And at the end of 30 days, if they like it, it's only $12.95 per month. And the great news is that we get to earn up to $10 per month on every person that decides to book. So again, very, very lucrative. And you can build an army of people doing the exact same thing. Now, by the way, I'm going to actually go to the slide here. Let's see here. We'll actually do this, what we did the whole slide on this one. All right, so let's assume that you were to bring on Betty, Sue, and Joe. Joe happens to be your third recruit. And Joe goes out there and he brings on a customer and hooks him up on a 30-day free trial. And 30 days later, they pay $12.95. Hey, you're earning $10 a month off that customer. Joe goes out and brings on another customer. You're going to earn another $10 per month on that customer. So you're going to earn $10 on Joe's first two customers. So I'm making $20 a month right now. Well, Joe brings on Bob. Bob goes out there and gets a couple customers. Hey, I'm making $20 a month off Joe, but now I'm also earning $20 a month off of Bob. Now, I didn't get those customers. Joe and Bob got those customers. I didn't even get Bob. Joe got Bob, but I'm making that $20 a month. Hey, Joe brings on Ginger. Ginger gets a couple of customers. I'm making another $20 per month off of Ginger. Bob and Ginger bring on two people each. That's four. When they get their two customers, I get to earn $20 per month off those four customers. Those four bring on two. That's eight. I get to earn $20 per month off all eight. Those eight bring on two, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1,024. I don't care if Joe builds a team of 1 million people in a straight line. You're going to earn $20 per month off every single one of them when they get their two customers. And you're not limited to bringing on just Joe. I mean, you can bring on, Fred, Barney, Wilma, Betty, Dino, Bam Bam, Mr. Slade, the entire Flintstone gang. And every time you add somebody new, you simply start that process all over again, where when they get two, I'm making $20 a month, and they bring on two who get two, and I'm earning that $20 per month every single month. Now, you're not just going to earn on the customers. You're also going to earn on the vacation packages. So let's go back to the fact that when you spend that $129, you got the free vacation to Thailand, Spain, or Bali, right? That's part of our vacation package. At the end of 12 months, all those points are going to let you take another vacation, right? So that's our vacation package. When somebody buys that vacation package, let's go back to Joe being your third. If Joe buys a platinum package at $249, that's going to make you $100. If he buys a titanium package at $129, that's going to make you $50. Now let's assume that Joe brings on two. One does a platinum, you make 100. The other does a titanium, you make 50. By the way, it seems to be about 50-50 nowadays. We have about half our sales come in with platinum and half come in with titanium. So it seems to be a nice mixture where, you get half and half. If it's those two bring on two, again, you're going to continue to earn 50s and 100s on all the vacation packages that get sold infinitely deep. So just like in the example I gave you before, two got two, right? So it was going 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. The team keeps getting bigger. I don't care if Joe built a team of 1 million people in a straight line, you're going to earn either 50 or 100 on all 1 million, plus you're earning the $20 per month on their customers. As I mentioned before, you can then bring on Mary, and Mary's building a team, and you're making the 50s and the 100s on her team, plus the $20 per month. And so again, absolutely incredible money. And then the real money in our pay plan starts with our daily pay. And with our daily pay, as I mentioned earlier, when you get 3, you're better than free. But you can only build 2 legs in the daily pay. So just like your physical body has a left leg and a right leg, so does your business. So if I were to bring on Bob and Sue, the very next person I bring on board has to go below Bob or Sue. I have no choice. I can only be 2 wide. And here's why that's great. If I were to bring on Scott Whitney, let's say I bring Scott on and I put Scott below Sue. Well, Scott is going to go out and build a team of 1 million people, no doubt about it, right? And so Sue is going to benefit in the daily pay exactly the same as me, exactly the same as Scott. And so you have people above you putting people below you. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And so you got everyone helping everyone out, trying to build straight down and help everyone make money. Now, I'm going to assume that you bring on 4. So you bring on 4 people. And if you can help your 4 go out there and get 4, that's going to make you a 1-star director in our company. As a 1-star director, you cannot make less than $300 per month US. It's impossible. Now, that $300 per month does not include all your travel commissions. And again, a half a dozen deals can make you $8 to $9 grand. That $300 a month does not include all those 50s and 100s on the vacation packages. That does not include the $20 per month per person on all the customers. And that does not include, we have a $200 bonus you can tap into by getting your first 3 and your first 30 days. And so if you bring on 3 and you do that in your first 30 days, when you become a 1-star director, you won't be making $300 a month, you're making $500 a month. So we have many, many, many 1-stars that are $500 a month. Some are $800 a month. So again, 1-star director is $500 to $800 per month US, reoccurring residual income We've had some people do this in a day. We've had some people do this in a week. We've had countless people do it in a month. Some people it's taken them a quarter, and some have never done it, right? But I'm one of those that I believe that, hey, if some have done it in a day, and some have done it in a week, and countless have done it in a month, I mean, clearly this is not, climbing Mount Everest, right? I mean, this is something highly, highly doable. And so just kind of picture that 30 days from now or 60 days from now, you have an extra $500 to $800 a month US coming in on top of whatever it is you currently make, however much money you have coming into the household. Here's some extra money on top of that. And for many people, like, wow, that would make a big difference. I mean, that's bill paying money. Well, let's imagine you can help therefore get four, right? Well, now you just became a 2-star director in our company. And as a 2-star director, you cannot make less than $1,000 per month. Impossible. And that does not include your travel commissions. That does not include the $20 per month and the 50s and the hundreds. And it doesn't include any of that. And if you start as a platinum, when you get there, you're going to be at $1,500 a month. So we have a lot of 2-star directors that are $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month, US. We've had people get there in 2 weeks. We've had countless people get there in 2 months. We've had some people it takes them 2 quarters, and of course, some have never done it. But I believe that, hey, if some are doing it in 2 weeks and some are doing it in 2 months, I mean, clearly, again, this is something highly, highly doable. And if you wanted to be there, you'll get there. And again, I mean, $2,000, $2,500 a month US on top of whatever it is you currently make for a living. I mean, there aren't too many dreams that cannot be financed with an extra $2,000 a month. And I love to give the outlandish example. If you ever had a dream of driving a Lamborghini, you can lease, at least in the United States, you can lease a Lamborghini for about $2,100 a month. And so if you take your current car payment with the $2,000 from us, you can go get a Lamborghini. Now, you might be pulling that up to your apartment, but you have a Lamborghini. And so I say that kind of affectionately just to point out that, whether it's a dream vacation, whether you want a dream home, whether you dream of driving a Mercedes, I mean, whatever your dream might be, private school, donating to the church or something like that, whatever that dream might be. I mean, most of you, if you wanted to, literally 2 weeks to 2 months from now, somewhere in that time frame. Some of you 2 weeks, some of you 4 weeks, some of you 6 weeks, some of you maybe 9 weeks, right? Somewhere in that time frame, you could become a 2-star director and have an extra $2,000 a month US coming in, and that just creates all kinds of financial liberty in the household budget. Now, let's continue. Let's assume you can help therefore get four. Well, in that case, by the way, I forgot we recognize you. I got ahead of myself here. As a 2-star director, we have these championship rings. If you come to our event in Las Vegas, Nevada, we wine you, dine you. And again, some people get there in 2 weeks, some people 4 weeks. So anytime you can get involved with a company and they've got a benchmark that can be hit in a matter of just weeks, and suddenly you get this championship ring, and if you come out to Vegas, you get wined and dined and put up in a 5-star hotel. I mean, it's pretty incredible. I think you get the idea where the company's coming from. So as I'm about to say, if you can help therefore get four, well, now you just became car qualified. We have up to $600 per month toward a dream car. Became Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Tesla, whatever it is you want to drive, as long as it's in our company colors, white, blue, or black, right? David Hart will make that payment for you. So we have that car program. And as a 3-star director, you are now earning $2,100 a month in daily pay. And that's $25,000 a year US. Now, if you add in the car payment, if you're doing the car, that's another $600 a month. That's another $7,200 US on top of your $25,000. So you're at $32,000 US. Now, that does not include booking any travel. Again, a half a dozen deals can make you $8,000 to $9,000. That puts you at $40,000 US. That does not include the $20 per month per person and all the 50s and the 100s and the vacation packages. So we've had people become 3-star directors in 90 days. We've had people do it in 9 months. Whether you're a 90-day or 9-month is not, this is like a marathon. It doesn't really matter what your time was. People just want to know if you did it. I mean, if you've ever run a marathon, no one will ever say to you, really, what was your time? Because Samantha did it in 4 hours. I mean, most people are like, wow, you ran a marathon? No kidding. Same thing here. I mean, if you go out and build your business and 9 months from now or 7 months from now, you're bringing over $40,000 US. I mean, part-time. You're still working your job. This is just extra money. I mean, most people are like, whoa, how do I get started in that business? And that's what all of you guys are a part of, because you guys are the foundation of the UK. and any kind of a foundation. It's kind of 1, 2, 3, and then Samantha starts making some money, and then some of the other leaders start making money, and then then a lot of people start making money, and then Samantha starts making big money, and then people are pulling up in Mercedes and BMWs, and they're going on free vacations, and then it hits a flash point. It's what Malcolm Gladwell called a tipping point, and it tips, and then it starts to spread, and then the checks get ridiculous, the money gets ridiculous, and then you guys are the Beatles, right? So good times. So as you continue to build your business, by the way, help therefore get four. You can become an ambassador. As an ambassador, you're talking $4,200 a month just in daily pay, plus all the other kind of bonuses that we have out there. And then, of course, there's just no limit to how much money you can make in our company. You get to the point with just 2 teams, you can make over $250,000 a year. You can add a 3rd team at that moment. That could take you to over 7 figures per year. And understand that we have everything in place. We got the recorded webinars. We do these live Zooms. We got the 30-day free trials. We got the free vacation the day somebody joins. And understand that, when someone contemplates, hey, do I want to get involved with this company? Understand that your absolute worst case scenario is you're going on a free vacation to Thailand, Bali, or Spain for $129 US. I mean, are you kidding me? You can't even rent a room for one night there for that. And so, your worst case scenario is you get an incredible free vacation. And if you go out and work your business and decide to participate with the incredible leadership that we're coalescing, I can tell you that Scott Whitney is a 7-figure earner. He's made more money per month than a lot of people make per year in his career. I know that Samantha's an absolute go-getter. I mean, making it happen. She's been the champion and spearheading this launch over there. I know that if you'll lock arms with the leaders that we have, incredible things can happen for you. How incredible? I'll leave that to your own imagination. For some of you, it might just be, I became a 1-star, 2-star, making a couple grand a month. For some of you, hey, I'm car qualified. I'm driving the Mercedes and an extra 40 grand to my family. It's incredible. For some of you, it could be something even beyond what you'd even believe if I threw it out there, because these things have a domino effect, and a few tell a few tell a few tell a few, and it's no longer about you. It just starts to spread, and you get to cash the checks and all that growth. Don't get me wrong, but it's spreading not because of you. It's spreading because other people are excited and they care about themselves. And so as that can happen for all of you. So hey, I appreciate you guys having me here. I'll stick around if we have any questions. Again, I appreciate the invite. And with that, Miss Samantha, I'll throw it back over to you.
Right, I need to unmute myself. Has anybody got any questions that they'd like to ask? What I would suggest you do is, so that we don't all talk at the same time, put a number 1 in the chat, and then we'll bring you on, so that therefore everybody gets an opportunity to speak.
Well, you raise your hand.
I think you've done a good job. I think that's what the problem is. You just answer everything every single time, don't you?
I'm so worried they're afraid that I'll go on another lecture here.
Sorry. Peter, did you want to speak?
No, I was just actually checking to see if you could hear me. That was all. I haven't got any questions at the moment. It was really, really well done. Really liked it. Really, really good. Yeah, I liked it. I'm sold. Done.
Well, welcome aboard.
Coming to you.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, Mum.
Guys, this is your opportunity. Todd doesn't come on very often. You really do need to ask any questions that you've got right now.
Hi, can I ask Sam?
Yeah, of course.
Hi, Todd. Yeah, I think you've done such a good job. Everybody is totally and utterly stunned. I absolutely love it. Possibly age, cynical, all the rest. If this is as good as you've just said it is, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Is there a website, or is there somewhere I can find all of the background of the company and do my own sort of due diligence before I become involved?
Yeah, so there's even a recorded webinar. In fact, I kind of skipped over that slide of Mr. David and Adela Hart, who own the company. But you can obviously check out Mr. David Hart's background. I mean, that's the guy you're really kind of betting on here. And again, been an entrepreneur his whole life. Voted Entrepreneur of the Year. He was the runner-up Inc. magazine when he was 24 years of age. 7-figure earner in our space. And so he brings both sides of that equation, to the table. Further, I mean, our company's not new. Although what we're doing here is new, the UK is new, but the parent company itself is entering its 7th year in business as of this March. So as of this March, they'll begin into their 7th year in business. They paid out millions of dollars in commissions all over the world. The paychecks come out every single week like clockwork. And so when you got that kind of a situation, there's a track record there, and you'll validate all that, and so it gives you a comfort level that this isn't, his first rodeo, and the company's not trying to figure this all out. They know how to pay the paychecks and do all the kind of things that they say they can do because they've been doing it now for over 6 years.
Yeah, it's absolutely marvelous. In the UK, I don't know if it's if you're as oppressed in the US, but in the UK, if you have children in school, then in term time, if you were to take them out for a holiday in term time, they will fine you. They will they'll attempt to imprison you. They're really they're dreadful. Yeah, exactly. It's awful. And the travel agents abuse that, because what they do is they then triple the cost of holidays for families in any of the school holiday periods. So if I can just have clarity, if a family then were to pay the $12.50 amount each month, so they didn't become members as such, they're just paying their $12.50, then does that mean that they can access all of the warehouse, the wholesale prices, even in the school holidays, etc.?
Yeah. So when somebody pays the $12 per month US, that gives them access to what we call net rates. And you can't go lower than net rates without losing money. A net rate means that no one has marked it up in any way, shape, or form. It's the raw rate, can't go any lower. And so we give people access to that net rate if they do the $12.95. Now, they don't get the trips that the travel agents get. So you don't get to travel like a travel agent. They don't get the fam trips. They don't get the free vacation day one. They're not earning credit toward a vacation 12 months from now, but they do get access to booking at the net rate. And so therefore they bypass the agent who might be jacking that up on them artificially.
Marvelous. That's what I wanted to know, because what I want to do is to go into schools. I used to be a head teacher, so I've got a lot of connections within schools with head teachers. So what I want to do is actually take this into schools and say, look, don't bother paying fines, just pay $12.50 a month, and you can go, in the school holidays at good rates. So
yeah, I'd never heard that before. I mean, that brings a whole new meaning to playing hooky. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, I don't know that I would be able to deal with that too well. I think that
pretty punitive.
With what we have, that's a great option for you all.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, Peter.
Yeah, the last speaker, you got some competition, because I'm quite high up in education as well, but that's not my question. My question is, bearing in mind that Sam and Greg are extremely successful, what is the track record for couples within this business?
I can't say it's something we track. I mean, obviously, my wife and I, build the business together. Dave and Adela build their business. How do
you find it? Does it work well as a couple?
I think that depends on the couple, but.
Okay, yeah. But there are couples within this, yeah, right? That's perfectly fine, yeah.
Yeah, lots of them. Yeah, lots
Peter,
of them.
I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in on that. So here's the dynamic. You know as well as I do, if you have a male and a female working together, having the conversation, sharing the platform, and you're both excited about it for the same and or different reasons, it's a much more powerful team.
I thought so. Yeah,
100%.
That was the answer I was hoping for. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, excellent.
Can I just say something? I'll tell you why it's such a powerful tip, and I'm going to speak from experience. What I lacking, Greg's got. So because of that, we just don't let anybody down, because we can give exactly what's needed. And it's not just that. Yeah. My personality is not going to fit everybody, and
Yeah.
Recognize that is not going to run. So we can yin and yang between us, and it just works wonders.
Brilliant. Because I'm absolutely useless with figures, and Pam, my new other half, she's absolutely blinding with it. But we're both 100% going for this full time rather than doing it part time. So hence the move to Manchester. Yeah, no, excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very, very, very much. Thanks for the invitation, and I will be accepting it forthwith. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers, Peter.